Elon Musk and Ben Shapiro had a conversation because Elon Musk tweeted something very anti-Semitic, endorsing a grace replacement theory kind of talking point, and this was early on.
She's been doing constantly.
Yeah, this was early on, kind of a few months ago, right after October 7th or soon thereafter, and the ADL, which is very pro-Israel, condemned Elon Musk. And then they walked it back, coincidentally, and Elon Musk showed up in Israel doing a tour of the apartheid regime, his favorite kind of regime, with Netanyahu. And I now see ads for Israel, like the government paid ads all the time, all over
PR
Twitter.
blitz time, baby.
Yeah, they're covering up their genocide, and he's helping them. And so another moment, part of this effort was Elon Musk and Ben Shapiro having a conversation about Judaism. And Elon Musk does a George Santos.
Because raising the profile of the fact there's still dozens of men, women, and children.
I checked before I came. So many hostages. I hope they're alive. I hope they come back.
So let's talk about the uptick in anti-Semitism more broadly. One of the things that's been hard to watch as a Jew, but also just as an American and a Westerner, has been the radical upsurge in anti-Semitic activity, just generally anti-Semitic sentiment.
Can you pause it, actually? That's kind of notable there, that he says as a Jew, but also as a Westerner. Can you go back for a second?
Yes, we're seeing the alliance between Zionism and white supremacy before our eyes.
Exactly. That is really what's operating here, because there are many Jewish people, who are in staunch opposition to Israel's actions and war crimes in Gaza and are leading the charge in terms of activism here in the United States in opposition to it. So the second part of what Shapiro says is really what is kind of driving this.
Hard to watch as a Jew, but also just as an American and a Westerner, has been the radical upsurge in anti-Semitic activity, just generally anti-Semitic sentiment, appallingly, after October 7th. It's been astonishing, actually.
Yes, and I must admit to being somewhat, frankly, naive about this. In the circles that I move, I see almost no anti-Semitism. And there's this old joke, I've got like this one Jewish friend. No, I have like 2/3 of my friends are Jewish, okay? I have twice as many Jewish friends as non-Jewish friends. I'm like Jewish by association. I'm aspirationally Jewish. So I don't, I was like, what are people talking about with this anti-Semitism? Because I never hear it when at dinner conversations. It's like an absurdity, at least in my friend circles. But when, looking at the pro-Hamas rallies in vast numbers that took place in almost every major city in the West, blew my mind. And including on the elite college campuses that are supposed to be...
All right, this is just right-wing pablum, but I wanted to get to his literal quote where he does the Santos thing. Bradley has that teed up. He returns to it and speaks about his name. I guess Shapiro kind of brings it up. These two guys don't have the easiest rapport, in my humble opinion. Here we go.
Of some sort. So you mentioned earlier, that you're aspirationally Jewish, that you surround yourself with, that you're surrounded by so many Jews. So are you part of the Jewish conspiracy? What exactly is the...
Maybe.
That'll please the haters online.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Easy conversation.
I grew up around a lot of Jewish people. I went to Hebrew preschool, Rachel Shapiro in South Africa. My name is very Jewish.
I will tell you that for the past 10 years, people have assumed in my community that you were Jewish until I informed them otherwise.
Oh, yeah.
Elon is a pretty Jewish name.
He's super Jewish.
Yeah.
And then I went to Israel when I was 13. Visited Masada.
I'm a white apartheid.
I'm certainly checking the boxes on a lot of things. Like I said, most of my friends are Jewish, just worked out that way. So sometimes I guess maybe I forget. Am I Jewish? I'm Jewish. Aspirationally Jewish.
So when
Great job, Ben.
So yeah, he really held his feet to the fire there. If it was anyone that wasn't servicing Ben Shapiro's pro-Israel right-wing political agenda in this moment, and this wasn't some sort of awkward, panel fluff piece situation. If somebody had said, I kind of wish I was Jewish. I'm aspirationally Jewish. My name sounds a little Jewish-y, which is literally what George Santos did when he lied about having family that died in the Holocaust. Shapiro would probably call that anti-Semitic. But Elon Musk, he's running cover for the Israeli government. That's the thing is like you can be in right-wing circles right now, the biggest anti-Semite on planet Earth. You can tweet in favor of great replacement theory rhetoric. But as long as you say, hey, Israel's genocide against the Palestinian people's totally cool with me, come on over, says the Ben Shapiro Zionist types.
I mean, Ben Shapiro's a guy who was saying Steve King is not a racist. He is eager to get in alliances with white supremacists. That's actually his business model.
Yep.
Did you see the slideshow that started the presentation?
I did not.
The whole panel. There was a slideshow before the whole that was like a presentation to open up the panel that made the claim that the Holocaust would have went down differently if Elon Musk's Twitter was around back then.
Oh my God, he did a Justin Bieber and Frank would have been a believer.
Or I usually go with the Mark Wahlberg 9/11 would have went down differently if I was on one of the planes. Yes, and in fact, part of the presentation was showing fake tweets that showcase how tweets would have looked.
What?
During the Holocaust. Let me find the video. It's very disturbing. Yes.
It's at the beginning of this presentation?
Yeah,
Probably.
but someone, the guy who helped make it, or paid to make it or whatever for the presentation, he uploaded like the raw thing. Like this is just like, I believe this video just shows it on the monitor, so you don't see it as good as you do in this unbelievable. Yeah, hold on. Let me pull it up. It's really, really unbelievable. I mean, it's part of the course, I guess, what you expect from these guys. They're so delusional that they think they're not only on the right side of things, they are making allies with the people who are actually perpetuating and helping spread anti-Semitism.
Yeah, who would have thought? While you're looking for that, Binder, I just wanted to post. This is my favorite part of this. It's maybe I'm imagining this, and maybe I'm imagining Ben Shapiro's getting a little bit uneasy about the fact that he's doing laundry for a Afrikaner white supremacy nostalgic on behalf of the state of Israel here. But Elon, he keeps calling X Twitter. And you can tell that's all Elon is getting listening to when he's asked this frankly stupid question from morons.
If we're going to count our flaws, we should also count our blessings.
Yeah.
Oh, so
One of the
true.
things that I think is amazing about what you've been doing, Elon, is that it's not just the business side of you that's important. Obviously, you become this unbelievably large figure looming in the public imagination, and that means that when you tweet, it has impact that is very large. How do you decide when to tweet? Sometimes it's memory, sometimes it's joking, sometimes it's these long thought out posts. How do you decide when to tweet? How do you inform yourself on the topics that you're tweeting about?
Tweet.
Well, I do post a lot on the X platform.
Post a lot on the X platform. Go ahead.
I know. I watched that clip too, and he's obsessed with his follower count. He was like, 160 plus million people follow me, so I must have something funny to say. When, bro, I just pointed out that you just did the George Santos bit from like 6 months ago, and you think you're so creative. I've never seen such a brazen display of billionaire freaking rich guy privilege than the fact that this guy gets to walk around and think that he has anything remotely humorous to contribute to the world.
and I love Ben Shapiro, who's like a philosopher or something, according to the New York Times, but trying to be subservient and like a supplicant courtier, be like, oh, you're very smart in the things you say, but really at the entire time you're like bending the knee saying how genius this moron is. You're misbranding the thing that he's really eager to brand anew.
Exactly. Well, that's why I will be a part of the resistance and keep calling it Twitter. This is what Binder just sent to us. Do we have it here? Yeah, we want to read. These are. I can't see it. So
today at the Auschwitz death camp, EJ Association screened a short clip I made to Elon Musk and Ben Shapiro under the title, "If we had X in 1939, how many lives could have been saved?" Okay, yeah, I don't know how good this is going to translate to us playing this.
Right.
But our ship just left the Romanian coast and is going to Haifa. These are just like fake tweets about Jews escaping the Holocaust.
It's a stupid imagination of...
This is, I mean, it's offensive. I would think a lot of people would find that offensive. But you know what actually disproves this entire thing?
Right now.
You know what disproves this entire freaking thing? Is that they're doing this right now as a genocide's unfolding on the Twitter platform, being posted right before our very eyes, and they don't care. So I got news for you, Elon. Your platform actually wouldn't have done crap in in the genocide of Jewish people in the Holocaust. And again, it got to the point of 6 million Jews exterminated by the Nazi regime. But genocides we better pray that we are not like in a place historically where we can get to a point where millions of people can be exterminated under our very eyes. But tens of thousands are being right now in Gaza, and they're downplaying it. So like actually your platform, we kind of have a decent analogy right now with the genocide unfurling before our very eyes, and they're cheering it on.
Right. The whole idea that the posts would have done something is also the idea that like people in Nazi Germany just didn't know what was going on to the Jewish people inside these camps, which is not true. And so just like, again, the analogy, like you just pointed out to Gaza, we know what's going on there. And there are many people rightly speaking out against it, but there are also many people, mostly, unfortunately, people in power who are defending it or turning a blind eye or actually helping perpetuate the genocide in Gaza.
Yeah. Our techno-capitalists, are helping facilitate it just like they did back then. I mean, ask IBM if it's proud of what it was doing in 1939 and if it helped save anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, just look what Elon Musk did right there on that panel as tens of thousands of people are dying, being slaughtered, killed, many women and children being killed in Gaza. What is Elon Musk on stage talking about? Oh, there were so many pro-Hamas rallies in the U.S. I was just,
Yeah.
I mean, give me a break. Give me a break.
I mean, Tesla.
That's the free speech billionaire for you.
Yeah, Tesla just literally did a light show in Israel with its Teslas to advertise. German car companies were also supplying machinery and vehicles to the Nazis during that time period. So it's amazing. Henry Ford was very sympathetic to the Nazis as well. So Elon Musk is actually quite keeping in the tradition of capitalist car guys that are sympathetic to fascist forces.
X would have actually been great for like Hitler and Mussolini to spread their word even further than they could have ever even imagined back then.